Hi everyone, Scott and Amy Sharkey from Sharkey's Greenhouses.
Hello.
And look at what we're playing with today. So we've got some very cute planters. Mother's Day is coming up and we're going to be doing some planting of these cute metal
Limited.
limited edition. But we're going to plant them up and just give you some ideas as to what you can do with these. So what are you starting with first?
Flo the flamingo.
All right.
Of course, you're looking for a container, and you can see down in there it has a hole, so drainage. And any container you have, you want to make sure that you have drainage, because if it's sitting in water, your plants aren't going to do well.
Soup does not work
No.
for most plants. They do not like sitting in water. So, yep, make sure if you do pick up a cute planter or something, make sure there's drain holes in the bottom.
So I'm just filling it up. I'm not putting stone or anything, because this container is, I don't know, maybe like 8 inches, maybe a little bit bigger.
Yep.
And you get to just pick out whatever you like. So on this one, I'm going to go with the whole pink theme. And we're going to have some pink petunias in there. And that is the cherry vanilla.
Capella Cherry Vanilla. So I'm surprised too because I didn't know what y'all picked out.
This is going to be so much fun on a
That's cute.
patio.
Yep. That contrasts nice too with the pink.
Yep.
So this is Lysimachia. There are a couple different variations with this. This is a, sun or shade, it really doesn't matter. We've had this in both. My mom puts it on her porch and she has a full covered porch, so it's all shade. It can go in the sun. It's very prolific. Just really makes a nice trailing, and you can cut this if you don't want it to go down so far.
I put in some Dusty Miller to kind of give that little white fluffiness of a feather. I'm so excited to see this thing. Do we have to sell it?
You can't keep it. You can have it for Mother's Day if you want.
I have a few of them, so it's okay.
Yeah.
But the fun part of it is you get to make kind of this little creation of however you want it to look. So I wanted to bring out, because it's a pink container and it's got the little feathers sticking out here, I've got the pink and the white, I've got the Dusty Miller going on, which that'll grow up, and then this will grow down. And I can also train this to go wherever I want it to go. So if I want it to come off this end, then just, every so often you just tuck it and do what you want to do with it, and it will start growing in that direction. So I don't have a lot of room in here.
Especially with, the mounting petunias, it's going to really fill out. This is quite prolific, and it's going to cover, it gets pretty big, but the nice thing is you can cut this Lysimachia, and the Dusty Miller gets big too.
Yeah, it'll get nice and fluffy. So this whole thing will be kind of like this.
That's gonna be very
coming
cool.
out from our little guy. Now I'm making a huge mess because it's got a lot. It's like a fishbowl. It's all just
This
going
is like
right
cooking.
in there.
You're seeing the what goes into it and the how. But that will turn out cute.
Mm-hmm. So.
And then with these mounting petunias, a lot of these you do have to deadhead. Like we talk about the super petunias. The super petunias, we don't deadhead those at all. But some of these mounting petunias where they don't get as big, they're not as vigorous. A lot of times, and this series was really good.
I cleaned it up before I brought it out.
Okay, but it was pretty good. There are certain colors. Sometimes you get into the reds and the petunias, even some of the purples. Not the super petunias. The super petunias, again, we don't deadhead those at all.
So you can see I'm just checking around everywhere, making sure that I have the plants in there and that I have soil. I'm trying to leave a little bit of that gap.
Yep, for watering.
For watering. And he is going to look, or she, whichever one you wanted to say that it is.
I didn't look underneath.
I said Flo, so I think that's kind
Okay.
of a girly name. This will look so cute on somebody's patio by a pool.
Yeah.
Because when I design something, I think about where it's going to be placed, even though I'm not going to be the owner of it.
Or if you're going to keep it. That's more me. I like keeping a lot of ours.
Isn't that cute?
Very nice.
A
Okay,
little
I'll stick
flamingo.
Flo over here. Okay,
Yep.
What's next?
The one that you wanted.
Yeah. Okay. This is so cool. Look at this. It's small, but look how fun that is. Look at this little doggy.
Why do you like stuff that bobbles so
I don't
much?
know. I'm like simple. I'm like a kid with a rattle. Yeah.
Don't break his head off.
And
So
holes.
again, it has a little hole in the bottom, a little pee hole. And it is.
That's-
Look at it. It's right underneath.
That's not his pee hole. Wow.
It is today. So when you're purchasing little items like this, you know, this is a small container, so you can't fit a lot of flowers in there. They're not inexpensive because you're paying for the metal art.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just that the metal art just happens to be able to hold flowers,
It's
which
really
is cool.
cute, but yeah, you're probably, your flowers are going to be a
It's
pack.
very simple.
Yeah, it's going to be bedding plants or something. It's going to be very cheap, but yeah, the metal the metal container itself, that's what you're paying for, but it's reusable. So you can use that year to year. So what are you putting in?
I'm putting in one gazania,
Gazanias. Okay. And gazanias are
drought tolerant.
very drought tolerant. They are a South African plant. They can handle that full scorching heat, and they do open and close with the sun. So that's just something to be aware of. It's still
evening,
open.
so
Yeah, it'll be closing
but you
up
can
here.
see this one has a stripe in it. It's called a flame gazania, but I thought he needed just yellow.
Uh-huh.
And then
Ooh, some celosia.
celosia. It's called Brainiac, and it looks like a little brain.
All right.
And so I'm literally just putting
Three
three plants in.
bedding plants in there
And
just
that's
to give it.
and that's probably a lot.
Yeah, because the gazania fills out.
It
And so
does.
does the celosia.
But it's gonna look really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And he will sit and bobble away
So,
and just be this cute little planter. Full sun. This is a full sun. The flamingo is a full sun.
okay.
So, since we have full suns, let's go to shade.
Okay, we have a shady spot. Does a cat have a pee hole also? Why don't you show the
Yes,
pee
it
hole?
does.
Oh, look at that. Just remember, I wasn't the one that said that. It was Amy this time that said something inappropriate.
It's a pee hole.
Okay.
So our little cat, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm only putting 3 small plants in it. And this one, because cat people tend to remind me to sit on porches a lot. I don't know why.
Wow.
They
Please
do.
don't be insulted if you're a cat people.
But they do. They tend to sit and pet their cat.
Okay.
I always get a thought of, like, when I'm designing something, I'm like, oh, I know how this person is going to react to.
You've got the whole story.
I should write a book on my
Yeah.
theories in my
Yeah,
head.
that's not necessarily true. Okay, so we're doing impatience in the cat.
It's late. It's been a long day.
Yeah, it's been a long day.
So I'm just putting impatience. I'm putting 3 little impatience. Actually, 2 might even be enough.
Yeah, it would by the time those grow and fill out.
Yeah.
Yeah, these spaces are small. So
They're very
and
small.
The more plants you put in, remember that's the more moisture that plant is going to require and draw. So having some discretion and going easy on it and letting it fill in would be a pretty good plan. So just 2 impatience.
I'm doing 2 impatience.
Yeah, that'll fill out nice.
It's going to be beautiful. And it's going to be a shade. So it can be up on a little table
Yeah,
while
and
they sit and pet the cat.
And you remember with your shade plants, watch your watering because they're not sitting in the sun, going through and evaporating as quickly as something that's sitting, on a porch or whatever. So don't overwater. That happens a lot with the shade plants.
So here's your little cat.
That is fun.
And look at how cute that is. Because it's just such a small little tube. So, yeah.
I love these bobbly heads. Okay.
That's
What's-
because you like fidgety things.
I'm easily entertained.
Okay, you ready for this?
Okay.
How cool is this?
That's cool.
And look at how big that space is, which means we can actually do more than just a few plants in it.
Right.
So this is our little owl. And again, I'm not putting any filler down at the bottom. It had a pee hole.
Glad we showed that.
And in this one, my thought is I wanted it to kind of look like it had hair.
So for owl people, is that okay? So if you have an owl at home, you would put a spike.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Wait, I have to look at it this way real quick.
So placement of your plants.
Yeah. So, okay, here we go. When I design, I'm going to do it for your view, not mine. I like to do it the tallest over here and then bring it down, or do it from the center and come down through, because when you read and then you
Left
read
to right.
across.
Yep. Okay.
Unless you're dyslexic.
Unless. Okay. Like you are.
I have that problem.
Yeah.
And so I like to read it. So my
right to left.
Yep. So my next one is going to be
The begonia.
the begonia.
These are the Homilus begonias, so that is the smaller, more petite flower. That's very cute.
And
Oh, some ageratum.
we're going to give it a little purple. Some pinks and purples.
Very nice.
Again, leaving that lip so that when he waters,
Just so there's enough to catch, that little catch basin.
and remember, all these plants are going to grow up. So he's going to grow up into this like full set of hair.
Unlike me. So I wear a hat.
We should really reconsider doing this at nighttime because we get a little loopy.
Yeah, it's been a long day. All right, so the owl.
Yep. Can you fill that in a little bit?
Okay, how's that? Very nice. Very cute. All right.
Ooh.
Where do you want that? All right. That's going to fall.
And then
More bobbly head.
more bobbly head.
This is,
Well, we have great big ones of these, and we'll
We-
show that in a different one.
yeah, we named the big one Kevin
Yep.
from like Disney's Pixar Up.
Right.
Kevin was kind of the colorful bird.
So what should we name the babies?
Kevin's babies.
Well, I don't
Kevin's
know. Ask them. Have them tell us what we should name them. Now, the tricky thing with some of the planters that you might find, they're not all round. Like these were mostly, round or square, and they had the opening on the top.
Yeah, this one's tough.
This
one's-
one has the slant in
Let's
it.
show the. Yeah, it's on a downhill. So this one you have to, because I planted up a few of these in the last couple of years. It's hard because you're working at this angle, but really your plants are going to be going upright like this. So I don't know how you had done it before, but I planted like the big stuff at the bottom and then kind of lined it up.
Yeah, absolutely, because that's his body,
Yeah.
and that's where he's full.
So this one takes just a little bit of pre-planning. So what are you going to put in there?
Well, I'm going to let you do it because it's a weird shape. So
Sure.
you're the grower.
Ah.
Do you need soil at the bottom?
Yes. Not much. Not too much.
So
And
when
actually we'll fill in.
So when they have a weird planter like this, how should they water it?
I still water up here because it's going to flow down. Don't water down here, and it's this one's a little trickier. And even getting this round base into this, it's not round. And yeah, you can take this and push it in like this. That's fine. And it's just so I can, get that in there.
But now you have to do it for there, so all these flowers need to be turned.
Sure, I did it wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, look at that. It looks like a tail now.
Okay.
No.
No. Oh, I had
There.
it totally backwards.
Yep.
But we gotta have room here.
Yeah, we will.
We're gonna need a little soil.
There you go.
Ah, I got it. Yeah, this one's not the easiest. I can say that. Okay, so a pansy. I'm gonna flip it.
Oh, now you're telling me.
Right. This one you almost have to stack and then fill with soil. I'm gonna deadhead this. There's just one pansy. That's how we deadhead a pansy. Take that off. Okay.
So I'm in this container, and it's a smaller container. We're doing 1 4-inch, and then just like 1 or 2, maybe 3 of the single.
Yeah, whatever we can kind of fit at the top.
Actually, I want this like that, and then maybe just 1 little alyssum in there just to add some.
Some white.
Yep.
Okay.
And we'll do the alyssum up front where people can see it.
All right, looks good. Just get some soil in there. We'll need some soil at the top. There's still a hole right up in here, so and it's not easy getting that in there.
The more soil you have, the less that plant is going to drink, which will mean that it will do better.
Yep. Soil volume counts. I always say that.
Yep.
Telling
But
our
sometimes when there's such cute containers, you can't help but plant it.
Yep. All right. So, verbena, the pansies, and the geraniums on Kevin's baby.
Yep.
So, should we bring these up so you can... So, what is your favorite? The cat, the dog, the owl?
Or the flamingo. I think I love the flamingo.
Do you?
Yep. Look at that.
They're all pretty cool. I like, I don't know, I love the bobbly heads. I'm fascinated by motion.
So a few cute little Mother's Day planters we have going on. Doesn't necessarily have to be Mother's Day. It could be any, just for your own porch. But you can see how when we're planting, we're taking in consideration, we're putting the sun plants with sun, we're putting the shade with shade, and we're trying to get as much soil in there, leaving that little bit of a lip, and just designing them to look pretty.
Yeah, but thinking, like you just said,
ahead.
thinking through that you're not grabbing impatiens and sticking them with petunias that have different needs when it comes to light, and one needs to be mostly shaded or partial, and the other one's mostly sun. So yeah, you really do, even though they might look nice together, but they're just gonna suffer as far as the plant growth. So yeah, think through a little bit, and when you're at your local greenhouse, ask them.
Yes,
Ask them to help you.
say that.
Yep, yeah, and that's what that's what we're here for. That's what we help our customers, and that's our job, is to help guide and steer people to those. Like if they're gonna do this up for themselves. Okay, do you have, and that's how we always start, is like sun or shade.
Yeah, I just
or
had a
partial
lady
or whatever.
today come up to the desk, and she had her box of flowers, and she goes, I don't know, does this look good together? And I'm like, well, they look nice, but are you planting them together? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, then that's not going to work, because she had like a begonia with gazanias, which gazanias like
Full
sun, drier on the drier side. Begonias like shade and kind of that medium moisture, and they would not have worked together.
And if she would have put that on, like she was thinking about shade, and maybe it was for a porch, the gazania is never going to open because it needs the sun to open.
Yeah.
So yeah, you ask questions.
So if you're overwhelmed with walking in the greenhouse, first thing to do is just stop and just look at how beautiful everything is, and just enjoy the greenhouse. And then ask the questions and get directed into, what would work best for your area. Some people know it right off the bat, and others they need some help.
Yeah. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, but we thought we'd show you these cute little guys for Mother's Day that we just got in.
Yeah. So, if you're liking our videos, please be sure to give us the thumbs up and let us know that you're watching, and following us on Facebook, and subscribing to our YouTube channel. So you can go to the Sharky's Greenhouses YouTube channel or the Facebook page and check out all of our videos, because we have hundreds of helpful how-to videos and doing this, watering soil, fertilizing. We have so many videos that we've answered those questions and
Right.
and showed how to do it and how to do it successfully. So be sure to check that out, and also head over to our beatyourneighbor.com website, and we have blog articles and tips and tricks there also, and of course our Beat Your Neighbor fertilizer. That's at beatyourneighbor.com.
Well,